Hello, this is Richard at Richard's Guitars, and I've got a brilliant development to tell you about. Acus. This is Acus amps. I've had this kind of long legacy or long history, if you like. Over the years, 25 years I've been involved with selling guitars, and one of the absolute Achilles heels for me personally was finding an amplifier that sounded good for acoustic guitars. And for me personally, I really struggled to find instrument amps, acoustic amps that did justice to the acoustic sound that was being played. And without boring you to death, there was a brand called Showroom, and I was very impressed with the Showroom amps. Then there was a brand called something like Tech. It doesn't matter what the brand was. But the bottom line is, and this is crazy, I then found out that the one amp brand was related to the next amp brand that was then rebranded and it was connected to this brand. So basically they were all three brands of amplifier that impressed me over the years were all completely related, which is incredible because it shows that there was a sound that I just loved, and there was this connection between all of them. So Acus are Italian. It's an Italian company, and this is the black one. And although I must admit I like the wooden one as well, they've changed the cover. This is a new development, the Acus 5T. The amp in the range that I used to ignore, which is crazy now based on this thing, was the 5. I used to ignore the 5 because the 5 sounded amazing but didn't have any kind of reverb on it, and I knew that for my audience, for people who want a great little amplifier for home use, if you're looking for a gorgeous tone, which you'll see in a minute, then you'd love the Acus amps. But if you don't have reverb, you've got to kind of obviously buy a reverb, and quite a lot of people want a reverb on a home amp. So I used to ignore it and then go to the 6, but then the 6 is bigger, and a lot of people don't really need the size of the 6, but it had the extra reverb feature, and so I tended to sell the 6s. Well, the Acus 5T is, and this is the Simon version. I don't know why I call it Simon. It must be, maybe it's Italian for falling over or something, because this is on a curve. So if you see that, it's standing up normally. Okay, that's what the Acus amp should look like. But it's on a little, it's got the bit cut out the back, so it's a wedge. It's like a monitor. So that is the monitor setup, the way there. And so this is the one that I really like because I love the monitor. I love it standing up in this kind of Darth Vader-esque shell. I don't know, something about it. It's really cool. It's beautiful. Build quality is absolutely insane. These guys very much are in the AER market, but if you put an AER next to one, and I have seen this repeated over and over and over again in magazines, these guys are kicking so far above their weight, it's unreal. Doesn't get any better than an Acus amp. So why haven't I mentioned an Acus amp since I've been doing my videos? Well, unfortunately, the distribution changed hands, and the lovely people that used to distribute them had it for some reason taken off them. I don't know why. I won't kick the dirt around and mention who the people are, but it got distributed by a company that I'd never really seen eye to eye with, and it was quite clear as soon as they took over the product that it was going nowhere for me personally. As it happens, because you've got to get on with it, you've got to work with people who believe in what you're doing, or care about what you're doing even. It's now gone to somebody else, and thankfully they're really keen for me to get it back on board. So it's brilliant. I'm really excited. So yeah, my baby's back. So there we go. Now you're going to hear it, okay? Because this also raises a really important point. If you play at home and you say, well, I don't really need an amplifier because I only play at home, I'm going to show you why I think that's maybe a misguided perception or conception. So this is a lovely AC322CE. I may as well plug the guitar while we're at it. AC3. Look at my baby. Look at this. The woods they use are just crazy, and as always, look at that. Look at that. AC322CE. All solid woods, nitrous finish. 800 and something quid. They've changed. They were naughty. They changed the pickup without telling me. Naughty Eastman. It's an LR Bags something or other. It used to be a Fisherman. It sounds amazing, so it doesn't bother me. And I've always recommended LR Bags and Fisherman, but I put Fisherman in my guitars normally. But it's an LR Bags system in there. And they were, as I say, didn't tell me. So here we go. I'm going to play a little thing. You probably heard me play this sort of thing before. A few open chords. Okay, that's me playing acoustically. Fine, it's fine, and I don't need it any louder. So why would I need an amplifier? So I can turn my amplifier up a bit. Ooh, okay, move that. Where are we? That's somewhere. Put that in the middle. That's the tone control. Now this has got a modulated reverb. I only know it's a modulated reverb because John told me, who makes me sound like I know what I'm doing. John is my right-hand man at the shop. I said, there's a bit of slight chorus on it. They call it effect. You can bring in an effect, and it's a combination of reverb and a bit of chorus. And what John's saying is the modulated reverb is where you have a bit of a modulation, a bit of chorus effect on the actual reverb itself. So it's not applied to the signal, the acoustic sound, it's applied to the reverb itself. So I learned something today. This is it without any kind of effect on it, because even without any reverb, the sound you get out of this thing. So surely that is more captivating. You know, see, you get drawn in because there's something. If I take that volume away now, you feel like, whoa, where's my sound? Where's my sound? So even at low levels, amplifiers, and a wonderful amplifier. So, what I'm going to do now, turn it up a bit. I'm going to now put, so that's what you call a dry signal. Let's wetten it up a bit. That's just a subtle. I whacked it there. You can hear it. So, let's turn up a bit. And just there you go. That is such a lovely sound. Jump Al time. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever I have to do. Is it a bit out? Doesn't matter. What are we in? landscape, mapping it out in my mind. Point is, I've got my jam pal, got my amp. Because I'm playing through an amp, I can use my jam pal. It's great. So E minor. Got the idea? So yeah, just so much more fun. So all of a sudden, I'm no longer just restricted by my own just acoustic playing. I've got a bit of extra fullness of sound. I've got someone to play with, and yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's great. Whatever. Yeah, great. So yeah, how much is it? Oh, no, I need to say something else. Ooh. I need to say something else. A quick story. When I started up doing, like when I became Richard's Guitars rather than my old business all those years ago, and started just selling stuff I love, I thought, Acus amplifiers just sit above where I know a lot of people are kind of thinking about spending their money, because this, it comes with, we sell it with this gig bag. Everybody always wants the padded gig bag with it, so I am including the gig bag with it. So my price is just a little bit more than what you tend to see them online, but because everybody buys the gig bag, and the gig bag's 50 quid, I give the gig bag away cheaper, so it's a little bit. So this is 539. So it's 539. So it's more money than, like, let's say 300, 350. Clearly, a couple hundred quid more. But when you look at the difference in sound, and this is what I was going to get at, I wanted to bring an amplifier in that was a bit cheaper. And the one that I kind of always felt kind of hit the mark was the Roland Acoustic AC something or other, AC30 or something, and whistles and bells, got a built-in little jam pal, well, not a jam pal, nothing's like a jam pal, a built-in looper, and I thought, yeah, great, an all-in-one unit, and sounds, you know, a bit cheaper. Got it in, and I swear to God, I just put them side by side, and even without the reverb, I got it in because I thought, oh look, it hasn't even got reverb, and now it has. And I put it next to it, and I thought I could never recommend someone buys that amplifier. I would always say just save up a bit more, get something. These are gigging out, these are proper pro bits of kit. It's got a little thing on there. If you want to put it on a stand, you can put it on a, imagine how cool that would be on a stand in your room. If you want it like on the wedge type thing, looking up at you, knocks the sound up to you rather than being at your feet. It's infinitely better than anything that I have seen. That would be, if that was an AER amp, that would be at least £700. It's important to, if you, and you must also A/B that next to an AER amp. If you put that next to an AER amp, AER amps are designed, and now this is, I know I've waffled on, it's 15 minutes and I know I could have cut this down, so sorry. This is a really important point. The sound that you get out of the Acus amplifier, just like I like with my guitars, there's detail and there's clarity. Oh, yeah, it's just, because this is how I am when I hear an acoustic guitar. That is beautiful. That is crazy for a piezo pickup. Amazing. Now listen to the EQ. The EQ is incredible. If I want to put, I mean, you'll put more bass than you'd ever. Listen to this. I mean, that isn't even on full either. So now I've got it on full. Listen to that. If I wanted the treble, you could argue I'm going to my rosewood sound here. Loads of bass, loads of treble, take the mid out a bit. This is like your rosewood sound. But that's way more than I'd ever, it's way more than I'd ever need. Way more treble than you'd ever want. So whack that back out, bring it, to be honest, the sign of an amazing amplifier is when everything is set on the middle, and everything is set on the middle there. They've just voiced it. They voiced it perfectly. Whenever I've played an AER amp, which were considered the benchmark, and this is why I did Acus amplifiers, because everything about what I sell is about getting the best, but not paying for the kind of unnecessary costs of some of the branded stuff. It's a very woody sound, and so if I was going to give you an example, and you might think this is an encouraging thing for an Acus amplifier, an AER amp. Very middling. They're very middling. If you get the controls, you'll kind of, if you like a very what I call woody texture with no great kind of flexibility with bass and treble and dynamics, AER amps are clearly they're a very popular brand, but that's the sound you get out of them. They're quite a specific sound. If anyone disagrees, do put in the notes below and tell me I'm wrong, but I have been a AER dealer, and you know, and hence my journey and the satisfaction that I didn't enjoy them, didn't enjoy the sound, but I would describe it kind of almost as a Martin sound, kind of, which is kind of, you know, consider that as a good thing, a woody texture. But what I love in an amplifier is that kind of dynamic, that sort of detail. That for me is a much more enjoyable. That's it. That's it. There is the range has just been reintroduced to me. I haven't even got the website up and running fully, so a lot of the products are kind of the older models showing, but within the next 24-48 hours I'll have that all sorted. I was just so excited to show you. He dropped this off to bring it round for me to check out yesterday, and I've just plugged it in and gone, oh my god, this is the first thing. I rang him up to look. My baby's back. I've got two Acus amps in the showroom which I use for display for trying guitars out. They are both now slightly older models. The Acus 6T and the 8T I've got downstairs, and we use a 5 for the, you know, putting my money where my mouth is. We use a 5 in the workshop. They need to find a home because I need the new models, because there's some new featurettes that aren't on the older models. Not a great deal of difference, but they're available to clear. So if you want a 6 or an 8, I can give you my last ones from showroom stock. It'll be a great price if you want one, and then I can reload with all the new stuff. Okay, I hope that helps. Give me a shout if you need me. Okay, cheers, take care, bye.